What's up, guys? So we're back for another video here, back in my bathroom. And yeah, let's hop right into it. Sorry this video took kind of long. It was a long process to really go through. You know, I had to order the piece, then I had to, you know, figure out how to do everything, and then just edit the videos. So it was a little bit of a process, but so yeah, today I'm just gonna show you guys how I dropped my 2002 Chevy S10, what I did to the front, what I did to the back, and so maybe you guys could do that for your truck. You know, the only difference would be, you know, the tool sizes. Like for my truck, I used a 19mm wrench, and then I used a 7/8 wrench. So, you know, I would do more research on, you know, your car for what tools you need, or what are the, you know, bolt sizes, or and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, if you want to get some buddies to help you, you know, that helps a lot. But yeah, for myself, I just had my stepdad help me, you know, in one part, and I was just taking out the spring, you know. But really, that's it. Let's hop right into the video. What's up, guys? So these are the tools you're gonna need when you're gonna work on dropping your truck. For me, I'm dropping my S10, my 2002 Chevy. So these are the tools that I used. So we're gonna start off with the socket wrench. You know, this really helps a lot. So just have like a socket wrench, or if you don't have one, you could use like a regular wrench. You're gonna want a 19mm to take off. It's gonna be super hard to zoom, but you're gonna want a 19mm wrench to take off the outer tie rod. You're gonna want a 7/8 wrench to take off the bolt that's behind the caliper, which I'll show you guys in a sec. It's like right on top of the caliper. So right behind the caliper, right on top. It's not that confusing. I'm just making it sound kind of confusing. And then you want a 13-inch wrench for this other part that's behind the caliper, which I'll be showing you guys throughout the video. And then right here you want a 3/8 hex key. Let me see if I can find the number. So you want like a 3/8 hex key. I don't think it's gonna zoom in. Let's see. I don't know, it says 3/8 on it. So you want a 3/8 hex key for your caliper. You're gonna want some pliers or something small to take off your cotter pins. Alright, and then you're gonna want some PB blaster. This is really good at taking out, like, if something's really rusty and just really hard to get off. Once you spray some of this on there, it makes it really easy to get through it. I actually took out my U-bolts using this really easily. People usually slice through their U-bolts, but this, like, I took it off in like 5 minutes. Then you want this to take off your tires, and then you want a hammer for really just anything, you know, to take off your caliper if it's really rusty. And then you kind of want like a bar for your spring, so your spring doesn't jump out at you. So this one has some distance on it. Next, well, for me, so like I'm using a power drill for this, which helps me a lot. You know, if you have a power drill, you know, I'd say use it. If you don't, like, you're gonna have to, you know, stick with these tools, but that's all right too. You know, I think these are actually a lot better than the power drill. The next thing you want is for me, I have like a 19mm socket, 13mm for, you know, when we get behind the caliper and the tire. Then I have some jack stands. You know, you're gonna need some jack stands if you're gonna want to, you know, drop your car, because, you know, you're working under your truck or your car. And then lastly, you just want like a jack. I have this little jack right here to jack up your car, and to yeah, really just, you know, help you put these jack stands on it. And then lastly, these help a lot. Whoops, it just like came out of the whole thing. These help a lot. These zip ties, they it's gonna be used to hold up your caliper, and probably also to hold up your whole like rotor, which you'll see in the video. So you want to come to the back of your truck or your car where you're dropping it, and you want to go right under here. Alright, so once you're under your truck, if you see those four, let me see, these right here, you want to BP blast all four of them. So I'm gonna do that right now. I don't know if you guys can see. And then I'm gonna go do the other side. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to jack up your truck or your car. Alright, the next thing you want to do is place your jack. I'm placing mine right here because I don't think my truck has like, it really has jack stands anywhere, if you can see. So yeah, I'm just kind of placing mine maybe like 2 feet away, like where these four circles are, right underneath, so when it drops, like it could just lay flat. Alright, so with the jack stand on and the jack, you know, lowering it, it should be about like this much off of the floor to where like you can spin it. Alright, now you want to use your 19-inch wrench to kind of like, I guess, just pop off these protectors. Alright, once you get it off, you're going to be left with this. So currently my brakes are actually kind of tight, so like I'd really have to press down on it for it to break. So it might not be the case with your truck or your car, but I'm having somebody just come like step on it down all the way. Alright, and then you just want to take these off. Alright, so once you get your tire off, you want to come over here to your outer tie rod, and you want to take out your cotter pin, which is right here. So for mine, I kind of just already kind of pre-did it, but you basically take it out of here. Alright, so once you get your cotter pin off, you want to spray some of the PB blaster on here, because like if you see all that rust, like that is gonna be kind of hard to take off. So you just want to like let that soak. Alright guys, so the PB blaster worked. So I got this top almost off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the side of the of this. Like I was gonna say the outer tie rod, but I'm just gonna hit the side right here until this almost falls down. So I'll show you guys. Alright guys, so it did end up falling. I'm sorry I couldn't do the whole thing. I kind of really had to hit it. So once you remove that, your outer tie rod should fall down. Alright guys, so once you remove the outer tie rod part, back here on this caliper, we're gonna want to take off, let me see, we're gonna want to take off this, and then we're gonna want to take off this bottom one. And it was kind of hard finding this, but this is a, let me see if I can find the number. Oops, this is a, it's a, I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but it's a 3/8 hex key. And yeah, this is what you're gonna need to take this out. So you want to just put it in down here, and then you want to bolt it up, because on the other side it's like you're going left. Same thing over here on the top, you want to go upwards. Alright, so I just took off the caliper, and what I did was I just zip tied it up here. I kind of just put 2 zip ties together. If you don't have like some big zip ties, I'm just kind of letting it hang there. So once you do that, you want to put your jack right underneath here, because what's gonna happen is this is gonna be holding the control arm, and inside the control arm is the spring, and the spring has pressure, so you have to be careful. So I'm doing this, so once I take off this part right here, this part right here, this is gonna fall down, but the jack is gonna catch it, so the spring doesn't jump out at us. So yeah. Alright, so I just sprayed this with some PB Blaster. I also did the same thing underneath. And now what you want to get is let me see. You need to get two 13mm wrenches. I have one on the bottom already. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. I have one on the bottom, and then I'm just using this one for the top. And make sure your jack is like right there, because like you don't want that spring jumping out at you. So you just want to place your wrench right here, and then twist it, and keep twisting it until it comes off. And then I'm gonna show you how it looks like at the end. Alright guys, so we finally got it off. It's already like almost nighttime. Let me see. So after this step, you still have your jack here, and you want to twist the wheel part around, and then you're gonna find this cotter pin right here. I don't know if it's really gonna zoom with the. So you're gonna find this cotter pin right here, and you're gonna want to take this out, and also the bolt out, and that's gonna allow like that's gonna allow this whole thing to drop and allow you to get to the spring. Alright guys, you want to use a 7/8 wrench to take this off, this one, which I already did. So I'm just gonna take it off right there. Remember, this one's the top one behind the rotors. Alright guys, it's finally daytime. So I kind of went ahead and did this part, but it's really not too hard. So this rotor piece is going to be attached to the top, because we already took out the cotter pin and the screw. And once this part is going to be in here, and all you want to do is you want to hit the side of this really hard and just loosen it up. Like put some PB Blaster in there and just try to loosen it. And once you loosen it, you want to grab, let me see, you want to grab, see, I have like all the tools right here. You want to grab, I don't know, I got this, and when I did it, what I did was I pried it up. So this is attached to this, and like I just pried it up or pried it down, and it just fell off, like it just came off. So some parts I'm gonna be coming in like this because my stepdad, sometimes I ask him for help. I'm like, hey, can you come like help me with this? And he just comes in like fast. He just he comes in, he does it. So some of the times like I don't have time to get my camera, so I'm gonna be jumping in like this. So yeah, I'll just let you guys know. The video is just gonna be behind the rotor. There's gonna be this there's gonna be like the screw on the bottom. I'm gonna show a picture right here. So that right there, you want to take it off with a 22mm wrench. And then after that, there's gonna be another video on the next slide where you just hit it, like you hit it on the side until the rotor, you know, where the tire goes, loosens up, and you just want to hang it up. You want to hang it up on a piece like of rope. That's what my stepdad did. You know, you can still use the zip ties, but I think the rope is like better in that circumstance. So once you do that, you want to just take off the 2 bolts on the bottom, which I'm gonna include in the video, and then you slowly want to push down on the control arm, which is the flat surface on the bottom of the spring, and when you slowly push it down, you know, you kind of want to keep a distance and push it down slowly, because the spring has pressure, and if you do it too fast, the spring could just jump out at you, you know, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna show that here. Alright, and then you guys want to take off these 2 bolts right here. They're like right under the spring. Let me see if I could focus it. So it's this bolt right here, and like the other bolt on the other side. Alright, then you want to put these, this is from the old ones, I don't have the new ones, but you want to put these back, and then you want to put it back in there. For this control arm, so you want to press this all the way down to stick this back up. This next video, or I guess this next part, is just going to be us putting everything back. So we're just going to put the 2 bolts back on the bottom of the spring once you get your new spring in. And then after that, you're just gonna put the bottom bolt where I put the picture with the red circle. You're gonna want to put that back, and then I'm just gonna do a quick speed through of me just putting everything back. So yeah. So after you put everything back, I said in the video to leave some hole, like the hole spaces, so you could stick your cotter pin back in. You usually want to get some new ones from the store. If you can't, and you have some like wires laying around, like some metal wires, you could actually shape it into a cotter pin. That's what I did, you know. I just shaped it into a cotter pin. You just cut it like the right length. And you cut it off with like some clippers, and then you just shape it into a cotter pin. You stick it right through the hole, and you just, you know, you could do that. Alright guys, now I'm just gonna do a speed through of me just putting everything back together. Alright, so that clip was just me putting on the outer tie rod, this bolt right here, and then putting this top piece on. This is gonna go, this rubber part's gonna go downwards, and then the top, I'm just trying to have it right now, so I'm just ready to put everything back in. And then the back right here, let me see if I can zoom out. I mean, like, I guess that's how I can go. So right on the top of the rotor, right here on the back, not the rotor, like the brakes. So this part right here, you just want to screw this back up, and make sure the holes match up with the hole on this part that comes down. Alright guys, so once you do that part, you want to still keep your truck on the jacks, and then you want to move to the back, so we could do the back, so we could drop the back. So what I did was I jacked it up on the rear axle, and I just have one more jack stand, so I put that there just in case, but I'm pretty sure the jack should do the job. And yeah, for me, I kind of barely have my tires off of the ground, just enough to take it off. Yeah, this is how my setup is right now. Don't do the mistake that I did though, because my truck's is thick. So I took these jacks off earlier today, and my front tires were on the ground, and I lifted up the rear axle, and my truck started to roll forward. So I was like, oh geez. So you want to keep it on the these jacks right here, or these jack stands, so it doesn't like roll forward. But other than that, yeah. Alright guys, the next thing you want to do is just remove your tire from here. Yeah, you guys already know how to remove it, so I think it'll be alright. Alright, so down here, this is what we need to get to. So everything else, like, we just leave alone. So right behind the rotor, you want to find these bolts. It's like right under the leaf spring. This is the leaf spring. What you want to do is you want to take this one off, this one off, this one off, and this one too. Mine I kind of already pre-did it to show you guys. So once you you want to take all these off, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Alright guys, and right here you want to grab your 19mm wrench, and you can take off the bolts from the U-bolt. You know, the 4 bolts on the bottom. So you want to take it off with your 19mm wrench, or if you have a power drill, you can just take it off there in like 3 minutes. Like, that's how fast it was with the PV blaster. So alright guys, so I just took it off. It's pretty easy, because I put like BP blaster on it for like a day, almost 2 days. Not consistently, but just here and there. Okay, so once you have this off, you want to be careful because it could drop down a little bit. But I mean, like, as long as the jack's right there and you have your stands and everything, you'll be fine. So I just took it off, and it should end up looking like this. And then I'll show you guys the pieces that I took off. So I took these off, and I'm going to be replacing it with these new ones. The next thing you want to do is, I don't know if you guys have another jack. If you guys don't, you could use that jack stand. You could put another one back there and just hold it up like that, and use your jack to, what you want to do is you want to jack it up just enough to where your block, your 4-inch block can sit on the leaf spring. So I'm just gonna do it just about enough. The next thing, well, I also want to include that. Alright, and then once you do that, yeah, it's getting kind of dark out here. So once you do that, you just want to put your U-bolts back where they were. As you can see, like, I just put it like right over where they used to be, and then underneath I just put the bolts back. As you can tell, I use a machine, and then I just put the bolts back. Later I'm just gonna cut these, like, I'm just gonna cut these parts, but for now, like, they're alright. And then you just want to do the same thing to the other side. So it should look like this, and then the part that sticks out of the block, you want to align it with the hole on top. And this is how everything should be looking in the end with your tire on. What's up guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know there was one part that I missed though, and that was just putting the caliper back on the rotor. But it's the same thing as taking it off. You know, you just put it back on, you know, you align it, and you put the screws back in, and yeah, it's like the same thing. But also, this is my drop kit right here, and I'll leave a link in the description from where I got it and which one it is. That's actually a pretty good website, you know, like, the package came in like 3 days, and like, it wasn't so expensive, but it's still like good quality, you know. For the next video, I have my tires over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but those are gonna be in the next video, and yeah, stick around for that one.
I don't need no handout. And my bitch bad. My money's through the roof. Your money short, you look mad. You Danny Bonnet, bitch, I'm